Many of us may have woken up to a misty morning where things look hazy and distant, where it seems like nature has wrapped itself in a soft white blanket, making everything mysterious and dreamy. That white blanket, my friends, is known as fog. But have you ever wondered how it's formed? Fogs are defined as a state of atmospheric air where visibility less than 1 kilometer is measured near the surface. The word fog refers to clouds of particles of ice, smoke, or a combination of both. It develops when water vapor present in the air cools down and condenses in what forms tiny liquid water droplets hanging in the air. You and I can see fog because of these tiny water droplets. The physical nature of fog and clouds is the same. So in simple words, a fog is a cloud that touches the ground. Let us have a look at some of the foggiest cities in the world that remain covered with fog and clouds most of the time. But please, before we do, please press the bell icon to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. Edinburgh, Scotland. Some of you may have seen the infamous Castle of Edinburgh, mysteriously draped in a white blanket. Edinburgh, however, has a specific name for this phenomena. The fog here is called har, which refers specifically to the coastal fog that typically forms in spring and summer, blanketing coastal areas. Variants of the term in Scots and Northern English include ha, hare, harl, har, and horra. It occurs when warm air moves over the cooler North Sea, causing moisture in the air to condense, which is subsequently blown inland by this wind. Har's duration varies. It sometimes lingers for just a few hours or can last throughout the day. It disappears as the temperature differs between the land and sea decrease. Londonderry, Northern Ireland. Staying in the region, Londonderry is the second largest city in Northern Ireland. Its location near the North Atlantic Ocean and on the west bank of River Foyle make it prone to foggy formations. During autumn and winter, these results from significant temperature variance between land and sea. Londonderry experiences such phenomena on average 49 days a year. London, England. London is a capital city that mostly remains covered with clouds and fogs throughout the year. The city of temperate oceanic climate classification is subject to cool winters with frequent cloudy skies and rain showers. This is coupled with fogs known as advection fogs. Previously, London was once infested with extremely dangerous fogs called peacehoopers, a type of fog that forms when water condenses around microscopic particles of coal. Such fog appears thick, representing a brownish-yellow color resembling a pea soup. Pea soupers are common in areas that burn coal for energy. The Great Fog of London in 1952 was a pea souper of unprecedented severity induced by both weather and pollution in what rendered and caused health issues, respiratory problems, and thousands of deaths around the urban center of London. Moreover, London's position near the River Thames and its topography, which is relatively flat, contributes to the trapping of fog within the city. The river's moisture and the city's layout allows the fog to linger for extended periods. Istanbul, Turkey. Moving south from Britain, Istanbul is a city known for its wintertime fogs. Its proximity to water bodies like the Bosphorus Strait and the Sea of Marmara contributes to higher humidity levels. The meeting between warm, moisture-laden air passes and the cooler surrounding waters renders fog formation. Moreover, the city's varied topography and the presence of hills and valleys also contribute to fog formation. Cooler air might settle in low-lying areas, leading to the condensation of moisture and fog development. Before the 1980s, Istanbul's annual count of foggy and misty days slightly topped 200 days, including an average of 25 days in summer months. However, the trend has declined to about 60 days in the last 10 years. Dubai, UAE. Dubai is a city famously known for its skyscrapers piercing through the extensive clouds of fog. Despite being synonymous with hot weather and desert climate, the city is subject to fog typically during the winter months, extending from November to March. Such phenomena emerge from the significant drop in temperature along with the increased humidity. specifically during the morning hours. Furthermore, dusty atmospheres tend to retain a fog that stays for longer periods in what looks a bit like a cloud. Cape Town, South Africa. Moving further south, Cape Town is positioned on the southwestern coast of South Africa, bordered by both the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. It endures more than 50 days of fog a year owing to the collision of the cold Benguela current from the Atlantic and the warm Agulhas current from the Indian Ocean that creates ideal conditions of fog formation along the coastline, especially during morning and evening times. Moreover, mountains surrounding the city trap moisture and lead to fog development, especially in valleys and lower areas. Christchurch, New Zealand. Another example is New Zealand's South Island city of Christchurch, which occasionally experiences foggy conditions amounting to 50 days on average per year. The city's inland location and its surroundings, including the Canterbury Plains and the Avon River flowing through the center, contribute to fog formation. When air over relatively warm sea moves over cold land during the night, fog forms. Hamilton, New Zealand. Heading to the North Island of New Zealand lies the city of Hamilton, located on the banks of the Waikato River. Hamilton is prone to fog given its large and relatively flat area in addition to its proximity to the Waikato River, which supplies the needed moisture. The fog we see in Hamilton is called radiation fog as it forms on calm, clear nights when heat quickly radiates. On average, the fog here amounts to almost 92 days a year. Halifax, Canada. Moving to the opposite side of the globe, Halifax, a city located in the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, experiences fog for over 100 days a year given its coastal settings and specific weather conditions. Its proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, where the Gulf Stream meets with the Labrador Current, creates an environment conducive to fog formation along the eastern coast of Nova Scotia, including Halifax. Furthermore, the landscape of Halifax, including its harbor, peninsulas, and hilly lands, facilitates the formation of fogs in specific area. This happens when warm, damp air meets cooler land. Argentia, Newfoundland. Another Canadian example is located on the west coast of the Avalon Peninsula of Newfoundland. Argentia's proximity to the Grand Banks makes it vulnerable to dense, prolonged fogs and has termed it as the foggiest place on Earth, with nearly 206 days of fog per year. Newfoundland sits at the meeting point of two ocean currents, the cold Labrador Current from the north and the warm Gulf Stream Current from the east, create prime conditions for thick fog to form almost every day in Newfoundland. When they meet, the cold Labrador currently causes the water vapor from the warm air above the Gulf Stream to turn back into water. The tiny droplets of water cling to particles in the air, and thus fog is formed. San Francisco, California. Moving south, the city experiences a meteorological phenomenon known as the San Francisco fog or summer fog. This fog, locally referred to as Carl the Fog, rolls in from the Pacific Ocean during the summer months, blanketing the city in a thick layer, especially in the morning and evening hours. The city experiences a whopping number of 108 days of fog a year. San Francisco's Carl has become the city's trademark. It gives the city an air of mystery and allure, especially when it envelops the famous landmarks like the Golden Gate Bridge. And that's all about our foggy mystical cities. Let's clear the hazy environment and always remember that even when the sky is filled with clouds, the sun still shines above. Please remember to click the like button, subscribe for more content from Tubegeo, and leave your comments below. Do you deal with frequent foggy conditions yourself?